welcome back to my channel. It's Amanda. For today's video, I'm going to be doing my must-have makeup brushes. I do get questions on the makeup brushes that I use and which ones, and I've been asked specifically what brushes to get, recommendations and stuff like that. So I figured I would just go ahead and do a video on the brushes that I use like all the time. Like there's a bunch of other brushes that I have, but these are the ones that I feel are necessities and my must-haves for certain parts of my face and eyes and all that good jazz. Let's go ahead and get started with all of these brushes. And yes, they are dirty because I mean I use them. So let's go ahead and start with eye brushes. So first, this is the Sedona Lace 305 brush. This is just a flat shader brush. You've seen a good majority have seen all of these brushes being used in my videos. This is just the flat shader brush. This is perfect for packing on that color. You know, just your shader. You can use this to highlight, get in the inner corner. It's even thin enough at the end where you can get some color on the under eye part. But overall, I just love this brush, and mostly I just use it to pack on the color just like all over my lid. Then this is the Sedona Lace EB15 brush. This is like perfect for blending. Like it is like kind of it's a pointed crease brush is what it's called. It's like a tapered end, so it is perfect, especially if you have bigger eyelids. Mine are like just like medium sized, but it's perfect for getting into your crease if you have that and just blending it out perfectly. Mostly I do use this for whenever I want a more blended crease. Like you're supposed to blend out your crease anyways, but I mean like really just completely blending it out, because this is just like the tiniest, and my voice just like it is like, because it is just like the tiniest bit too big for like fitting right into my crease. So I do use this for when I want to blend it, not if I want like a precise or anything like that. And it is good for just like afterward, after you finish all your colors, blending them all together, so that way everything's like perfectly blended. This is perfect for that. And again, you can use this highlight inner corner. I wouldn't recommend underneath the eyes because it is too fluffy for that, but just got multiple uses for it. But this is like a multi-use brush. Like a lot of brushes are multi-use. People don't really get that. You don't have to just specifically use it for one thing. Like the name on it is a pointed crease brush. You don't necessarily just have to use this for your crease. The next one is from Sedona Lace as well. I do have a lot of Sedona Lace brushes because I absolutely love them. No, I'm not sponsored by them at all. I mean, if they would like to send me some brushes, I mean, I'd be okay with that. But I did buy every one of these brushes with my own money. These were years ago. I bought a lot of these brushes, I think like a year and a half, 2 years ago. No, actually I'd say about two and a half years ago I bought all these brushes. Well, the Sedona Lace ones anyways. But anyways, this is the EB09. This is just a fluffy blending brush. And I usually use this for my outer V color, and then also for blending. I use this for multiple because sometimes I use other brushes for certain things. This brush is just specifically perfect for the outer V and blending. I mean, this really is a perfect blending brush. I do recommend this brush. I'll recommend them all. But then this is the e.l.f. Defining Eye Brush. It just has like a little bit of a slant to it, but it is thin. I use this specifically for when I do want a good crease. Like the other one's blended, like it's more big, so it has more of a blended crease. This is for like if I want specifically just like really getting in that color, I will use this brush. This is good for other uses as well. Like this is good for the inner corner because it does have that little slant and it is thin enough so it can get right in there. I have used this for that. And this is also tiny enough to where you could get underneath your eyes, like on the lower lash line. But if you do have like smaller eyes, probably not, because this is a little bit bigger. You just see the powder just fly. So if it's, you have little ones, because I have like medium sized, well I kind of had like big eyes, like medium sized eyes, whatever, so this is just like good for underneath there. It's just like a good multi-use brush, but I do recommend this for the getting right into the crease. Then this is the e.l.f. concealer brush. It is just like a tiny little thing. Mostly what I use this for, and I do have eyeshadow now on my fingers from that brush. So my hands look dirty now, just ignore them. But I use this specifically, I don't know why sometimes it sounds like I say specifically. Anyways, for underneath my eyes when I want to get that color, because I don't want it to be too blended. Well, I meant like too much under my eyes, so I'll use this to get right underneath there, so it doesn't like use my entire eye. Well, get the color right underneath all of my eye. So I use this, and I also use this all the time whenever I want a cut crease color. I'm pretty sure I have a video coming up, or I have one uploaded. I don't remember at all. My brain's like kind of scattered today. I did just do a look with this yesterday. I don't think I filmed it, but I do plan on filming it. I have quite a few tutorials that I do. I don't know if I've uploaded them. I don't think I have. I have for the future videos though. I plan on filming a few cut crease type of colors, well, type of looks. So I like to do that because this is really tiny and it gets perfectly that line for your crease with the shadow. And if you wanted to do a line, like gel liner with this, this would be perfect too, because it is so thin. But it's not like going to be perfect for it because it does kind of like dome over. It doesn't have like a straight line. So you could do this if you wanted to. And I have used this to pack in the color in the inner corner, but I mostly just use this for a cut crease and underneath my eyes. Then we're just going to go ahead and throw this in there because it's your eyes, your eyebrows. This is the e.l.f. small angled brush. This is what I use to fill in my eyebrows. Perfect. I absolutely love it. I just done my eyebrow routine video. Well, not routine. I just done how I fill in my eyebrows. I'll have it right here. And I'll also have that link down below if you would like to check that out. But it is just like the angled, flat, perfect for getting in your eyebrows. And also this is good if you want like a thicker wing. If you use gel liner, this would be good too. It's not like completely thin, so if you want like that thin line on the inner corner going, this is a little bit too thick for that. So if you would like a thicker wing or just like a thicker liner, then this would be good for that too. But I just mostly use this for, well, this is the only thing I use it for, is my eyebrows. So if you want to get a good brush that is fairly cheap, this is $3. For your eyebrows, I mean, this is perfect. You don't have to go spend $18 on a brush for your eyebrows whenever this is just, works absolutely amazing. Which I do recommend this brush of everything because, you know, I can go days without having my makeup at all. But, like, I'll go out and without makeup or everything. My eyebrows have to be done though. So this is why I recommend this brush, because I can't live without doing my eyebrows. Then moving on to the face brushes. For foundation, I recommend, if you like flat top brushes, this is the Sedona Lace 928 brush. It is a flat top kabuki, and it is like perfectly dense. It does have like, you know, some wiggle room if you want to blend it out, but it's like so dense, but it's like so perfect. See, like it's not completely packed dense where you can't really do much. This is like my favorite. I have like multiple of these brushes, the flat top kabuki ones. Love them for my foundation. Absolutely adore them. I also have them from the RC Cosmetics. If you don't want to spend as much money on these Sedona Lace ones, the RC Cosmetics are good too. They're not as dense. They're like literally just like the tiny bit less than these. These are like the same, but these are a little bit more wiggle room. But I do recommend the Sedona Lace ones just because I absolutely love them. But then right underneath that is the RC Cosmetics ones. I do recommend those two that are affordable too. And I'm going to be doing an affordable makeup brushes and what I recommend like that too. These are just like all of the ones that I use for like each part of my face. I'm going to do an affordable brush video type of thing because that's been requested too, because I done a haul a while back featuring brushes and people wanted me to do my thoughts on them and everything like that. So I'll have a video on those RC Cosmetics brushes, and then like an affordable makeup brush type of video coming up too. But this is just, you know, perfect packing on your foundation. It's just like perfect because it just like fits, and it's like edge whatever you can get right there in the corner of your nose. It's just like literally perfect. I don't know what I'm doing. That just made my nose itch. I have to do that. Okay. But recommend this for foundation over everything. I love it. You know, adore it. And if you want more of a full coverage packed on foundation, this is the Sedona Lace 480 brush. It is a domed, and it is like completely dense. Like it's got just like the tiniest little bit of wiggle room, but it is like so dense. So if you really want to pack on that cover, like if you have like a medium coverage, full coverage foundation, get like this because where it's so packed, and it will literally pack on and give you a full coverage without, like, you know, it depends on the foundation without it looking cakey and stuff. But this will literally pack on that and give you that full coverage because it's not like so blending or whatever. I wouldn't recommend probably blending with this one because, you know, it's kind of rough, like dense. So like you could actually buff out, and if you wanted to, that's another thing. If you wanted to buff out any like foundation and stuff like that, this is like perfect for that. So you really get that buffing in, so it's not as full coverage. So you can definitely pack this on to get a full coverage, or you can blend this, which is buffing it, to give you not as full of a coverage. This RC Cosmetics, it is a tapered blending brush. Well, it's just a tapered brush. It's just like, you know, the point of it. This I use, if you can't tell how dark it is, for my contouring. This is where it's pointed. It gets perfectly right underneath that cheekbone. Love it. It gets like on the, like all over the face that I need to do contouring with. So it just like gets right into those cheekbones, just like perfectly. And it is pointed enough if you wanted to. If you didn't want like a specifically precise contoured nose, you could just, you know, put it on right there just to give it a little bit of definition. And this is also perfect for highlighting, like underneath the eyes, like this corner gets perfectly right under there and it goes right underneath your eyes. Perfect for this. I have two of them, one that I use for contouring and one that I used to do for highlight, but now I just use my fingers just because I like the way that it looks with my fingers. But if you like using a brush instead, you can also use this. That's why I have two of them, one for my contour and then one for my highlight whenever I did do highlighting with a brush. But I just use my fingers. It just like, I think it looks good and just the way that I like it. Also for like the highlighting, you can use this for powder to get specifically there and in there, and you can conceal like around your nose and just like all of the places that you think you would need like a point. Then to blend out or apply bronzer, I use the Sedona Lace 602. This is an like round angled kabuki. Oh, I just forgot for a second. But this is like, comes to a point and it's blended perfectly getting into the cheekbone because this little end gets right into there, and then this is up, blending out your contour or applying bronzer. It just like gets perfectly on the forehead right there, and then right there in the cheekbones, and like right on this. And if you want to do your jawline, it's just, I love this brush for bronzing, contouring, and you can also use this if you're wearing blush and bronzer and everything like that. This will blend it out so that way it doesn't look specifically like where one thing started and one thing ended. This is just perfect for contouring and highlighting and bronzing and blending it. Love this brush. Then to go on with that, this is the RC Cosmetics. This is just like a mini, like a small face brush. This is the tapered one. And if you can tell, I use this for contouring as well, but I use this for my nose, like down the bridge of it, because it gets a precise point and gets right in here, right on my nose. And then you can also use this for concealer if you wanted to, because it gets right underneath your eyes and it gets right into your nose right here. And if you wanted a to get right into your crease, you can do this, like going right into it, because it's pointed, so it's going to get that color in your crease, and then it's around it, so it's going to almost blend it out a little bit. But if you want to put in that crease color, this would be good for that too. But I mostly just use it, I just use it to put the contour down the bridge of my nose. For like powder brushes, this is the RC Cosmetics. It's like these all came in like a 5 or 6 piece set, I don't know. I think it's like a 5-piece. So it's like the smaller face brushes. I do have the Sedona Lace and the RC Cosmetics brushes. Like their website's linked down below, because these are the brushes that I use. So I constantly have them down there for people who ask like what brands that I use. So I keep them linked down there all the time. I'm not sponsored by RC Cosmetics either. I saw someone on YouTube do a review on them, and I wanted to try them out. So I went and I bought a bunch of them because they were so affordable. But anyways, this is basically like the Sedona Lace rounded angled brush. This is like this, but this is the RC Cosmetics. I use this to put the powder underneath my eyes to set my concealer with, because this is perfect. It's rounded and it's pointed, so it gets right underneath my eyes. So it just like, I think it's just like perfect for your, and you can also just use this for concealer, because again it is pointed, well, angled, and it's fluffy, so you can definitely just use this for contour, for concealing as well underneath your eyes and again your nose. And if you do have, again, bigger eyelids, you can definitely just use this as a blending brush, like the outer, and then blending it. This, I have like too small of eyelids for this. This brush is too big for that, so I use this specifically for putting the powder underneath my eyes. And I have used this before to do my concealer, but then I just use my fingers, and so I set it using the powder with this. The very last brush is for my face foundation setting powder. I use the Sedona Lace little kabuki brush that comes with this set. This is the Midnight Lace set because it's pink going into the dark purple. It looks black, but it's like a dark purple, so it's pink going into that. It came in a 5-piece set, I think, so this is like the little kabuki that it came with. So I use this. It's so soft. It's like dense enough, but it's just like so fluffy and soft too, even with all the product in it. It's just like, oh, I don't want to rub it across my face because I don't want to like mess up my foundation and everything. So I'll just take my powder and then I will just dab this all over my face. Like, I don't know why I'm doing it like I've got makeup on it. But I just dab this all over my face to set my foundation with the powder perfectly. This is mostly what it's going to be used for because it is a little kabuki. That's mostly what you would use it for. For powder, it's like magnificent and it's so soft. Love this little guy. That was all of the brushes, and I know this video is going to be really long, but I am talking about like all of the brushes that I use and must have, and specifically what I do with them and what you could do with them. So this video was really long. That's okay sometimes, right? I will have them linked down below because I always do anyways, because it's the brushes that I use, but I will have specific links to each of these brushes. Some of them you can only get in sets, but it works out. But I'll have those linked down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and like, I hope that it helped you quite a bit. But if you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.